Ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow Cameroonians, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you will hear this message. In fact, uh, my intervention concern a discussion that has been taking place in the country for almost about 2 years or more, in which is about tribalism. Tribalism. But before I get there, I want to remind you again of a statement that I've been making for quite some time, which is that politics is a noble activity. Politics is a noble activity. And again, I say politics is a noble activity. And politics then is for noble people. Politics is for noble people. Politics is for noble people. Politics is a noble activity and is for noble people, not just for anyone who comes in because he's a member of a political party, because he's a leader of the political party, or because he can simply utter the word politics. Politics is not an easy thing. So said, I want to come back to the topic of the day, which is tribalism. It appears that in our country, everybody who belongs to a political party or has gone to school thinks that he can talk about all and nothing. In a context where we have training institutions at all levels and where are trained Cameroonians in diverse disciplines, such that when there is a subject, when there is a concept, particular topic, this could require that only those who are specialized first will address the issue. But it is very, very deceiving and demeaning, undergrading, that in our country it is everybody who fails to be capable of talking about all in all. To the extent that today the reputation of our training institution has been trampled down. There is no recognition today for those who went to school, who studied, and obviously who could talk about some particular subject. And that's the reason why today we are just like in a tug of war. Everybody wants to talk about tribalism. But the little light I want to bring today to the many people who hear and who can understand is that unless you belong to a domain, there are concepts which you cannot discuss. And a concept like tribalism is directly related to some other concept like racism, nepotism. In short, every practice of discrimination between people. So it is not easy to address it. And it is too mild, it's too light to declare that there is no tribalism in Cameroon. Of course, there is tribalism, but you can only understand it until you know that every word has a content. Every word has a content, and that content depends on the manifestation of what is described through that word. So to help you Cameroonians to understand that it's not everybody who can discuss just any concept, we should know that to better address the issue of tribalism, it is not by law, it's not by political decisions. It first takes studying tribalism from the philosophical point of view, because tribalism is taught in the mind of people. It's a construct in the mind of people. The second thing is study tribalism from the point of view of anthropology, because anthropology deals with social life, cultural life of communities. You have to study it from the historical perspective. You have to know how a community grew from where it came from to where it is settled now. We have to study it from a sociological point of view, because now there are dynamics in the group, and there are dynamics, social dynamics, when different communities meet. The other aspect of it is psychology. Psychology, because you have the way you behave from the point of view of your culture, from the point of view of your society, your community. So you cannot escape this. The other aspect of it is the linguistics. Linguistics, because everything is designated in our languages. And of course, if we study our families, the statutes of people in our families, we will realize that there is discrimination between man and woman, brothers and sisters, elders and youngers, brothers and cousins, fathers and uncles and aunts and so on. And the other aspect of study is the religious study of what is tribalism, because we know all that religion is a factor of division, discrimination all over the world. So until you have studied these 7 aspects of it, then can you call for the law. That is, you'll be able to establish the kind of laws that will help to create an equilibrium and to curb conflicts in between people. And at the last resort, it becomes a political decision, because you are taking all the time necessary to review, and you have gathered enough data that will permit you to take the last decision. So therefore, those who always cry and accuse others of tribalism, please, you should know that they are ignorant people, and most of them are renegades. They are traitors, and they are people who obviously nurse evil against those who they are, waging accusations. This is what I wanted you to understand. I wanted us to understand. Be wise, and don't just declare somebody to be a tribalist without knowing who you are yourself, without taking into consideration his complaints. Are we not all tribalists to an extent? That's the question. Thank you for listening.